Enjoying a performance together with a crowd of like-minded souls can almost feel like a religious experience. But sometimes it turns into a scene straight out of hell. These are 10 concerts that ended in tragedy.
Number 10. Two legendary bands. One chaotic night, a disaster no one saw coming. On August 8th, 1992, a concert by Metallica and Guns N' Roses at Montreal's Olympic Stadium went completely off the rails.
During Fade to Black, I'm up there playing the part, and these colored flames are going off.
While Metallica was performing, frontman James Hetfield was severely burned after accidentally stepping into a fireworks show on stage. The show stopped immediately, and Hetfield rushed off to the hospital.
An incident with the pyrotechnics. Unfortunately, James is on his way to the hospital right now.
After this incident, fans were told to wait for Guns N' Roses. They waited for 2 hours. When they finally came on, Axl Rose complained about sound issues and a sore throat, then walked off after only a few songs. The crowd reacted furious. Chairs were smashed and stores looted. At least 10 people were injured, and the riot caused millions in damages.
Number 9. This free rock concert took place on December 6th, 1969, and was organized by the Rolling Stones. It was called the Altamont Free Concert and attracted around 300,000 attendees. It was meant to be the West Coast answer to Woodstock. The Hells Angels were hired as security and got paid $500 in beer money. The singer of Jefferson Airplane, Marty Balin, was knocked out during his set by a Hells Angel, only because he tried to break up a fight in the audience.
Hells Angels just smashed Marty Balin in the face and knocked him out for a bit. I'd like to thank you for that.
The Grateful Dead canceled their performance because of the tension. During the Rolling Stones set, an 18-year-old named Meredith Hunter pulled a gun and was then stabbed to death by Hells Angel Alan Pissarro. His reported final words were, "I wasn't going to shoot you." 3 more people died that day. 2 were run over in their sleep, and 1 drowned.
Number 8. What was intended as a tribute to a legendary festival ended in chaos and destruction. Woodstock 99. Extreme heat, overpriced water, and filthy, overcrowded toilets created unbearable conditions. Organizers booked the most popular bands of the time, but underestimated the aggressive energy brought on by acts like Limp Bizkit and Korn. During the song Break Stuff, Fred Durst encouraged the crowd to let loose, fueling destruction and violent mosh pits. The final night went completely out of control. While the Red Hot Chili Peppers covered Jimi Hendrix's Fire, massive bonfires broke out. Anthony Kiedis later said, "It looked like a scene from Apocalypse Now." Riots broke out, and there were numerous reports of sexual assaults. As a result, understaffed security lost control, and the police had to intervene. As David Crosby put it had nothing to do with Woodstock except the name.
Number 7. What began as a rainy festival evening turned into one of the most heartbreaking nights in rock, the Roskilde Festival in Denmark. Pearl Jam headlined the show, but by the time they took the stage, the grounds were muddy and slick. The crowd pushed fans dangerously close to the stage. People began to fall, and many were trampled.
And I'll ask you on the count of 3, okay? Just everybody at once, maybe.
9 young men, aged 17 to 26, died from suffocation and internal injuries. Fans screamed for help, but security was slow to respond. A panicked Eddie Vedder shouted from the stage, "Move back, people are dying." The band was devastated. Vedder later wrote, "It's the worst nightmare imaginable. Words can't express our grief."
Number 6. On November 5th, 2021, organized by rapper Travis Scott, the Astroworld Festival was held at NRG Park in Houston, Texas. What should have been a celebration quickly turned into disaster.
Turn the lights on, turn the lights on. That's okay, we see you real quick. Chase me, let's do it.
When a big crowd pushed itself more and more towards the stage of Travis Scott. The event admitted 50,000 fans, but safety measures fell drastically short. Moments before the show, hundreds of ticketless fans stormed the gates.
He's laying down right behind me, and the whole time I was just thinking that they were passed out.
The crowd pushed and pulled, leaving many unable to breathe. 10 people died that day, including a 9-year-old. Hundreds were injured. Scott continued his set despite visible distress signals and screams from the crowd. He later stated, "I could just never imagine the severity of the situation."
Honestly, just devastated, and I could never imagine anything like this. I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night. I could just never imagine the severity of the situation.
His wife at the time, Kylie Jenner, present in the audience, said she only realized the seriousness afterward.
Number 5. On December 3rd, 1979, thousands gathered outside the Riverfront Coliseum in Cincinnati, Ohio, for a concert by The Who. With no assigned seats, that meant first come, first served. Around 7 p.m., a sound check led the crowd to believe the concert had started.
They opened the doors tonight, everybody just went crazy. There was a girl in front of me, she fell down and people were stamping on top of her and everything, and I was trying to help her up and they were just hitting everybody and just trying to kill to get into the concert.
Therefore, panic broke out as people ran toward the still closed doors. People were crushed. 11 young people died that day, and dozens were injured. Meanwhile, inside the Coliseum, The Who began their set, unaware of the tragedy outside. Only afterward were they informed. Pete Townshend later said, "If we had known, we would never have played."
Number 4. Moments of joy turned to horror in seconds, as an audience full of young fans became the target of terror. On May 22nd, 2017, a suicide bombing struck the Manchester Arena in the UK, just after a concert by pop star Ariana Grande. The attacker, a 22-year-old fanatic, detonated a bomb in the foyer as thousands of young fans were walking out. The blast killed 22 people and injured over 800 others. The youngest victim was 8 years old. The brother of the attacker was later found guilty of involvement and sentenced to 55 years in prison. Deeply affected, Ariana Grande raised millions for the victims' families during the benefit concert One Love Manchester.
Well, the lights came up after the concert and everyone was getting up to leave, and all of a sudden there was a big bang and all of the seats shook and everyone just started running. People were screaming and crying.
In 2023, reports concluded that security services missed opportunities that might have prevented the attack. The bombing remains one of the most devastating acts of terror on British soil. If you guys would like to see more top 10s like this, like and subscribe to Boys Next Door.
If you believe we missed an entry, drop it in the comments. Number 3. A peaceful night of country music turned into the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history. On October 1st, 2017, during a performance of Jason Aldean at the Route 91 Festival in Vegas, hell broke loose. From the 32nd floor of his hotel room, the 64-year-old gambler Stephen Paddock opened fire on the crowd. In just 10 minutes, he fired over 1,000 rounds, killing 60 people and injuring more than 850.
You knew it was real, and you just see bodies dropping.
Paddock made his semi-automatic weapons fire nearly like automatic ones. Authorities found 23 firearms in his hotel room. It sounded like fireworks, one survivor recalled. His motive remains unknown. Eminem referenced the tragedy in his song Darkness, criticizing U.S. gun laws.
Number 2. On November 13th, 2015, one of Europe's deadliest terror attacks struck Paris. 3 heavily armed ISIS terrorists stormed the Bataclan Theater and opened fire on the crowd during an Eagles of Death metal concert. In total, 90 people were murdered before police stormed the theater, and killed the attackers. People were pretending to be dead, but they were executed anyway, said frontman Jesse Hughes. The assault was part of a coordinated terrorist campaign that also targeted cafes, restaurants, and the football stadium, Stade de France. The band escaped physically unharmed but lost their tour manager and friends. In 2021, Salah Abdeslam, the only surviving attacker, was sentenced to life in prison.
Number 1. One of the deadliest nightclub fires in U.S. history took place on February 20th, 2003. During a show by rock band Great White at the Station nightclub in West Warwick, Rhode Island, illegal fireworks were set off, causing flames that rapidly spread across the walls of the nightclub. Within 90 seconds, the entire club was lit up. Of the roughly 460 people inside, 100 died, and more than 200 were injured. Narrow exits became blocked as panic took over. It was like hell opened up, one survivor said. The band lost guitarist Ty Longley in the fire. Frontman Jack Russell later said, "If I could take it back, I would give anything."
Thank you for watching. We are the Boys Next Door. We talk music.
Like and subscribe for more top 10s and other music videos.